Samsung's next flagship might look a little more familiar than expected, and not because it resembles the Galaxy S25. The surprising part? The Galaxy S26 lineup is starting to pick up some visual cues that look a lot like the iPhone 17 series. And while that sounds like the kind of thing that sparks a debate in every comment section, the story is a bit more nuanced than just Samsung is copying Apple. Here's why this matters. Samsung and Apple have always defined the design language for the rest of the industry, sometimes in competition, sometimes in quiet agreement. When one brand shifts direction, the other doesn't always go the opposite way. In fact, both companies often land on similar design decisions simply because that's where the tech needs to go. So when leaks of the Galaxy S26 Ultra revealed rounder edges and a new rear camera layout that resembles the iPhone 17 Pro, people were quick to call it imitation. But is that really what's happening? Let's break down the design changes first. Leaks suggest that the Galaxy S26 Ultra will feature even rounder edges than the S25 Ultra. Some people are welcoming it because it improves comfort in the hand, while others feel Samsung is losing that iconic boxy Ultra identity. Love it or hate it, this is clearly a continuation of Samsung moving away from its previous sharp-edged design language. It's not an Apple move, it's Samsung doubling down on comfort and ergonomics after already shifting direction with the S25. Then there's the Galaxy S26 Edge, which is drawing attention for its rear camera module. This is where the iPhone comparisons get louder, because the layout visually lines up with what we've seen on the iPhone 17 Pro. But here's the thing, that style of camera island isn't unique to Apple. It's a practical layout that allows better internal component arrangement and thinner profiles. Samsung's decision here likely has more to do with engineering than aesthetics. Slimmer frames, restructured internals, better heat management. Yes, it ends up looking similar, but that doesn't automatically make it a copy. Now, let's talk about that orange color leak, because that's where the drama really escalated. A dummy unit of the Galaxy S26 Ultra appeared online in a shade extremely close to Apple's new cosmic orange for the iPhone 17 Pro. People instantly claimed Samsung was following Apple's new color trend. But that image, it was fake. The insider who posted it on another platform confirmed that the photo was edited, and honestly, the finish looked almost AI-generated. Too smooth, too polished. But here's the twist. Samsung is still planning an orange variant for the S26 Ultra, it just won't be that cosmic orange clone. Expect something closer to the orange from the Galaxy S24 Ultra, or maybe a warmer tone like the red from the S23 Ultra, which already leaned toward an orange hue. And that brings up an important point. Color trends aren't owned by any brand. If orange is trending in fashion, tech accessories, and hardware, you're going to see it across multiple lineups, not because one company copied another, but because that's what consumers are gravitating toward. So, is Samsung copying Apple? Realistically, no. What we're seeing is convergence. As components get more compact and thermal solutions get more advanced, internal layouts start to look similar. That naturally leads to familiar exterior designs. When ergonomics become a selling point, rounded edges become a logical step. And when a certain color trend catches attention, big brands will all capitalize on it. That's not imitation, it's competition working the way it's supposed to. Here's the bigger takeaway. Both Samsung and Apple know that design alone won't win the next generation of users. The focus now is on experience, performance per millimeter of thickness, efficient internal architecture, and even small details like how a phone feels in your hand after an hour of use. The Galaxy S26 might resemble the iPhone 17 in a few surface-level ways, but under the hood, the intent is different. If anything, this design overlap signals something important. Smartphone design has reached a mature stage. There's less room for wild experimental shapes and more emphasis on refinement. So when Samsung rounds those edges a bit more or shifts the camera module, it's less about chasing Apple and more about perfecting its own formula. At the end of the day, users won't judge the Galaxy S26 Ultra by how much it looks like an iPhone. They'll judge it by how it feels, how it performs, and whether Samsung delivers meaningful upgrades beyond design tweaks. And if Samsung pulls that off, a familiar silhouette won't matter a bit. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.